Finally, the ice dance at the 2022 U.S. Figure Skating Championship. Honestly, now that I think about it, three out of the four disciplines are already decided, and national is more or less a formality. With ice dance, the three teams are probably going to be Madison Chalk and Evan Bates, Madison Hubble and Zachary Donahue, and Caitlin Halayak and John Luke Baker. If all three teams are healthy and present, they will make up the podium. If God forbid something went wrong, I still think these three teams have enough of a buffer in terms of points to stay ahead of the other teams. Even if one of the team were to have a disastrous outing, the federation could and would probably use body of work to send them anyways. As for who will be the winner of the national title, Chuck and Bates or Hubble and Donahue, honestly, I think it will come down to personal taste and the team who is the cleanest. Unfortunately, both teams have a history of making mistakes when it really counts. If both teams are clean, I personally, my preference, I'm putting Chalk and Bates first. The reason is simple. I like their materials better, and Madison owns the ice every time she steps on it. I'm putting Hubble and Donahue in second because while they are the better team in terms of edge, speed, and skating skill, their rhythm dance is trying so hard to the point of it becoming a caricature and the opposite of it. As for the long program, it's just safe and basic. I understand wanting to play it safe for the Olympic. However, with this team that is all about power, speed, aggression, big skating, playing it safe really takes away everything that is special about them. Safely in third should be Caitlin Hawaii and Jean-Luc Baker. Honestly, at the start of the season, I was really afraid for this team. I thought one of the upcoming new teams would knock them out and take that third place for the Olympics. Thankfully, my worries were for naught. They made a late debut, but they made it with good material. They looked fresh, they looked strong. I feel like if they perform their best at nationals, they will definitely book their ticket to Beijing. Off the podium for me, but with a bright future ahead of them, is Caroline Green and Michael Parson. For a period there, I thought they had a legitimate chance at going to the Olympic. They started the season strong with really good materials. However, halfway through the season, they were somewhat derailed. I hope they took some time to refresh, to start over, and that they're back in it and are going to fight at nationals. I believe that this team, regardless of their placement, will be a leading U.S. team going into 2026. Rounding out the top five in ice dance at nationals should be Christina Pereira and Anthony Panomarenko. I really liked this team when they were juniors. However, as seniors, they seem really lost. I thought making the change to Scott Moir would take them to the next level. However, they seem to be stagnant with very basic programs. I think they have potential. However, they lack a clear vision on their skating. But I still have them rounding up my top five. Based on the competition that we have had this season, Ice Dance should play out with no major surprises. The top three teams should be Madison and Evan, Madison and Zach, and Caitlin and John Luke. I feel like at this point, these three teams are just here to sign for their ticket to Beijing. But this is the podium based on my personal preference and based on what I think is going to happen. Again, like I always say, the ice is slippery, the blades are thin, and anything that could happen will happen in ice dance. So you let me know. Do you think the podium will play out just as is? Or do you think one of the newer teams would sneak in there and find themselves medaling? Leave me a comment below.